everybody. Jason Sherman here. In today's episode of Zero to CEO, I speak with Anita Marr. She's the founder and CEO of Trademark Angel. Welcome to the show.
Yes, hello, Jason. Hello, everyone.
That's right. And everyone's going to be hearing about trademarks and why they matter uh, for Amazon sellers or for anybody who wants to protect their intellectual property. So one of the things that I've been seeing online a lot, it's kind of funny that we're talking about this today, is people selling stuff on Amazon and then they get all the knockoffs, right? And you see this on Shark Tank a lot, right? That show where people the sharks always say, "Have you been knocked off yet?" And they're like, "Oh, we have a utility patent, we have a trademark, we have this, that, and the third," and our lawyers are like constantly knocking them off. But it's tough, right? And I guess the first question I have for you is why is having a trademark so important versus a patent?
They're both form of intellectual property, but they protect different aspects of IP of intellectual property. Patent protects an invention or an improvement to an existing invention, and a trademark protects a business name, a product name, or like a service name or a logo. So it's more about how customers find you, how they recognize that this particular product is from this company or this particular service is from this company. But patent, it's more about an actual invention. So they're quite different.
Yeah, I noticed that as well over the years because I've done a provisional patent, I've done a trademark, and at the end of the day, usually the trademark is what I go to first because I'm able to protect the name brand and people can't, use my name anywhere and they can't steal like my source code or anything that I'm trying to do. Now, what does it actually take to get a trademark? Because most people may not know how to do it properly. There's definitely a process, and you have to deal with like the USPTO.gov, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, or you can work with other services. So, what's the process?
Yeah, so there are actually a few steps when you prepare to file a trademark. I mean, obviously, the first one is to come up with the name that you would like to register. So you should think about, okay, what am I trademarking actually? Am I trademarking just the word mark, the words, the name of my product, the name of my business, the name of my service, or is it a logo, or maybe it's a tagline, or maybe it's all three? And then you should think about like, okay, in what countries am I filing? Like, what are my key markets? Where do my customers, like, where do they come from? From what countries, like where is the traffic coming from? So you determine in what jurisdictions you file. And then you need to do a preliminary trademark search. You need to check to make sure your trademark is available in that country. So
Yeah.
you check for identical, you check for similar trademarks. You can do it yourself. You can do it with us. I think even ChatGPT can. Well, I
Yeah,
haven't I haven't tried that, but probably they can check for you as well.
that's a good point because I trained my own GPT to be a lawyer, not just like trademarks, but like a lawyer in general. And I gave it like tons and tons and tons of like templates and like contracts, and it actually has been very helpful in answering questions for me, giving me like templates for contracts and agreements to kind of work on. But you brought up a lot of good points. And, there are a lot of differences between trademarks and copyrights and patents. Like I've done copyrights for songs, movies, screenplays, books, right? I've done copyrights for those. Trademarks I've done for name brands and logos of different startups that we put on like t-shirts or like flyers or like our website so that, and I want to bring this up because a lot of people don't know this. They think getting a trademark is just like you apply for the word. But there's something called like use in commerce where you have to actually use it in commerce in order to kind of solidify or, make it credible that you do own this trademark. Is that kind of the way it still works?
Yes, in many countries there are different rules, and the US is one of those countries where you actually need to have use in commerce before your trademark is registered. So what it means in plain English is that you actually need to sell your products under your brand name, under your trademark in the US, or you need to offer your services in the US under your trademark name before your trademark is fully registered. But you can apply without all of that. You can apply based on intent to use basis. So you just prepare to use the trademark, but you file first, you go through the process. And then when you're given the green light, your trademark is allowed for registration. Then you can put it in commerce and you can start using it. You can start selling your products, offering your services.
Yeah, because I
at that
remember
point.
a couple times that I've done the trademarks. I didn't have a physical product. I had an app for it's usually an app, right? And
Hmm.
they wanted to see like the logo on the website, the logo on a t-shirt, the logo on a printed flyer that we were handing out, a logo on like an event flyer, like they want to see it being used, right? And that's what we
Yeah.
submitted and that's how we got our trademarks. In terms of, I mean, this is totally different, but in terms of Amazon, because Shark Tank mentions this so much on their show, is that, someone posts their invention and then all of a sudden 100 knockoffs from China or wherever are starting to sell that same product. So how widespread is this and how do people stop it?
Yeah, it's quite widespread, unfortunately. Well, I think Amazon and other online platforms like Shopify, eBay and TikTok and others like Etsy, well, they're trying to do something about that. So now you need to have a trademark, so you need to sell products on their own private label. Well, to get some protection and to make sure that others do not sell products, that are similar to your trademark or that is similar to yours.
But
So you can,
are they enforcing it like really,
yeah.
really, really strictly? Like they're saying, no, you can't have this on here if you have a patent, like or a
Well,
trademark.
no, well, Amazon is all about, as much profit as possible. So they are
Yeah.
encouraging. It's a good question. I would like to say yes, they are enforcing it actively, but no, you're basically you have to enforce it for yourself.
Hmm.
So
So
when
you
you
have to
file,
you have to get lawyers to go after them.
no, well, no. So when you file a trademark, you can enroll in the brand registry. For example, if we talk about Amazon, and when you're, so then you get access. So you can call brand, you can give it your own store name, you can create your own storefront, and hopefully you will not have hijackers. So you will not have people who sell a similar product using your listing. But if they
Oh my
do,
God.
you're supposed to be able to remove them
Yeah.
in theory, but in practice, you can only remove them once your trademark is fully registered, because this is when the trademarks office has checked you, they have verified your trademark, and it belongs to you.
And that
And
takes
then,
time.
yes,
That takes like a year, sometimes 2 years to actually get that
yeah,
trademark.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I remember the process was a long. And then if they do an office action, so the USPTO has an office action that says like, no, someone is kind of saying that your trademark infringes on theirs, then you have to explain why yours doesn't, and
mm,
it could take even more time because of that. I remember going through this, and it was definitely difficult and challenging to do when you don't know the legal lingo
hmm.
that the USPTO deals with. Speaking of which, what are like some of the common mistakes somebody makes when they first want to apply for a trademark? Like, what do you notice are like the top three things they do that no, you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, there are actually quite a few mistakes we see like over and over. Uh, Filing, just not doing a trademark search, like just taking the
Oh,
name and
geez.
starting using it. And then they come to us, oh, we want to trademark this name. We've been using it for like 2 years. And I
Oh
check, oh
my
my God,
Lord.
it's not registrable. It's similar to another one.
I'm sorry for laughing, but not doing
Yeah.
a search, that's like not doing a Google search. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
no, believe
Like,
it or not, people do this. And like, but I really want this name. I said, okay, I know you want it, but it will be difficult.
yeah.
And you know what? Your use of this name may infringe on another registered trademark. So you
Yes.
can't just because you like it or you want it doesn't mean you'll get it. So people don't do the search. They just start using a name, and then they delay filing until it's too late.
Oh,
Or another mistake is like when they want to file too early, so they come up with the name, they like this word or the phrase, and they want to file, and I ask them, tell me about your business. What do you do? Oh, I want to sell many things. Like what kind of things? Oh, just for the home. Like, but what exactly? I don't know yet. I may sell different things, so I just want to protect the name so that it belongs to me.
right.
Uh,
It has to be a very specific use case.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when we did our mobile platforms, we would word it in a way that it is very specific to the use case of our platform. Or if you're selling like, a self-heated mug and you want to come up with a word for that, it has to be, you know, Cuppo is the trademark name, and it's meant for self-heating mugs. Period.
Hmm.
Like, don't do like houseware and kitchenware and like because that's too broad. And then there might be a company called Cuppo out there doing that. So
Yeah.
what are your kind of what's your advice for that? Let's talk about that for a second. What when you want to create a trademark,
Hmm.
what do you usually tell someone to do, and what should they be doing in order to decide on how to do this?
Yeah, I always tell well our clients to. I mean, I ask them, do you have a business plan? And surprisingly, not many people do. I think it's probably a thing of the past, because like I'm
Yeah,
asking them like, where will you sell? What will you sell? Like, what's your like 5 year horizon? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, will you be doing the same type of work? What will you be selling like in 5 years? Like, people don't really know these things. I'm really surprised that they don't do a lot of research, like thinking about, okay, what are my customers like? Where are they coming from? Like, where will I sell in like 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? What will I sell? What if the market changes? Like, what else can I sell? What else can I offer? So people don't have that, and they don't have like, so they just know, oh, I need a trademark because my coach told me, and I want to sell kitchen
th
products, but I
that's
haven't found
common.
my product yet.
Yeah, that's common. I noticed that too. And people ask me for advice on copyrights and trademarks and patents too. And I'm like, you don't need that. You don't even have a proof of concept. You don't have sales. You don't have anything. Like you should really focus first on getting the business up and running. And if the business is up and running and earning you income of some kind, then use some of that income to get the trademark because now you can protect yourself. You have use case. You have use in commerce, right? And speaking of money, I mean, you're saying that most people don't have business plans. They don't have this, that, and the third. It sounds like because they just see the money. They want to earn money, and they think by doing this trademark they can make more money. What's the reality in that?
Yeah, I think after COVID, or like when the COVID began, things
Ah,
have changed drastically because everyone suddenly became like a entrepreneur, and like
yeah,
everyone started to sell online, and we saw like a lot of clients wanting to sell on Amazon just because, I mean, they couldn't do anything else.
right.
Uh, so that's the problem. People don't really do their research. They don't think about the business model. Like they don't even think whether they should incorporate or not.
Right.
So a lot of these little details, like accounting, like corporation or sole proprietor or maybe partnership.
Or an LLC.
Yeah, like people don't
And it's
think about that.
expensive. And it's expensive too. Like selling on Amazon is actually expensive because you have to like buy the product, you have to do the advertising and get, run
Yeah.
ads, and you got to get people to start buying it. And I did this once. I did an FBA like 10 years ago and I broke even. I was
Hmm.
selling matcha tea with a free giveaway to try to incentivize people. And it worked. But I would have had to sell a lot more to make money and I would have to spend more money. So I tell people like Amazon is completely saturated. It's very difficult to get in and it's very expensive to get in, which brings me to my question. How expensive is it usually to get a trademark?
Yeah, I would say it's about like $1,000 per trademark per country. Just like roughly at least $1,000. So if you don't have that money to spend on a trademark, it's probably you're
Not a
probably
good idea.
yeah, it's probably too early for the business in general. But yeah, because you should have some money. I mean, it's not just for the trademark, but like other things.
Yeah, and let's say before we wrap up with your business, I'd like to know if they don't have $1,000, but they have an idea for something and they want to make some money here and they want to do something. Are there any low cost ways they can protect their business from counterfeiters and copycats?
Well, they can file a trademark themselves.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, if you want to sell on Amazon on like an online platform, you do need a trademark. It's actually prerequisite nowadays.
Wow.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll be able to sell under a generic brand. And when you do have copycats or like hijackers, you will not be able to remove them. So it will be like an uphill battle, really. So you will
Yeah.
not be able to break even, or once you become successful, you will have hijackers. So without a trademark, you will not be able to get rid of them, period.
Yeah.
They will create an inferior product. They will sell at a lower price using your listing. Many people don't actually understand like what hijackers are. They use your listing, your photographs, your product description. They find a similar product that's like not such a good quality, inferior quality, and they put a lower price. And when you buy, I'm looking at your listing, but I buy from somebody else just because the buy box belongs to that other seller because the
Yeah.
price is lower. So and then it
Unbelievable.
actually, yeah, so you lose profit and you lose customers to that seller who's using your listing. Yeah, so actually
Those
hijackers are,
bastards. We do all the hard work and they just steal it at the last minute. It's so frustrating. And
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and like you said, so we're telling everyone here, if you're going to sell a product online, whether it's Shopify or Amazon or anywhere, you really should get the trademark for the company name, the product name, something so that when you list it, you sell it, nobody can copy you and hijack you, and you can get it taken down. And if they need help with this, where would they go to find you online, and what will be the process with you?
Oh, they can go to trademarkangel.com and we actually do a free trademark search and provide a free consultation, just to explain about how the process works. I mean, if it's like a good time to file, how to file, like what package we would recommend if they go with us. And so it's generally that's what I would recommend. Just you can fill a form on our website. And we'll do a free search and provide a free consultation because free advice is always good.
Absolutely. Guys, if you need some trademark help, go to trademarkangel.com to talk to Anita. Hope you guys learned something. See you guys in the next episode.